Hello book friends, I'm Allie and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a book haul. I have hauled far more books than I thought that I did. This is between the months of July to December. I think my last book haul covered January to April, but I didn't really buy any books in May or June, so this covers the whole end of the year. All of the books that I have bought for the end of the year, and I ended up with way more than I realized. And a lot of these are from used bookstores. There are some that are new. I'm going to split up the categories. I've got some random books, and then I have some thrillers, fantasy, young adult, and middle grade. And then I have them split up between the new books and the books I bought at used bookstores. So let's get into the books that I have bought. First is going to be the kind of random books because I'm not really sure what category they fall in and I didn't really want to look it up. I'm going to go through all of these books relatively quickly because there are too many to talk about them too much. Well Played by Jen DeLuca, the sequel to Well Met. Chocolat by Joanne Harris. Things in Jars by Jess Kidd. The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. Big Summer by Jennifer Weiner. Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Beauty and the Beast by, it's the original by Madame de Villeneuve. It's French. It's a translation. The next category of books is thrillers, and I'm going to start with the used ones that I got. The first one I'm really excited about is Rebecca. This copy is from 1938, and I think it's beautiful. I love really old books, and it's got beveled edges. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it is just incredible. I love it. I also found a used copy of the big floppy edition of Rebecca. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. The Whisper Man by Alex North. The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. The Lying Game by Ruth Ware. In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. The next ones are the new thrillers that I bought. Survive the Night by Danielle Vega. Winter in Paradise by Ellen Hilderbrand. The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. The next stack is going to be all fantasy, and they are from the used bookstore. I'm going to start with the used ones, and there are quite a few of them. The Aeronauts Windlass by Jim Butcher. Before They Are Hanged and The Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie. I always say his last name wrong. The Burning White by Brent Weeks. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clark. This really pretty copy of Mistborn, The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, hardback. The Clockmaker's Daughter by Kate Morton, and this may actually not be fantasy, I'm not sure. I can't remember what the genre is. The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Zafon. The Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin. I've already got this book, but I needed this really pretty copy of Stardust by Neil Gaiman. The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. And The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I also happened to find Words of Radiance Part 1 by Brandon Sanderson in the UK edition at a used bookstore. I was really excited that I found this at a used bookstore close to where I live, but at the same time I'm really sad because now I need all of the UK editions and they're not so easy to get your hands on. Well, not in the US at least. The next stack is fantasy that I bought new this year. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson in the UK cover because I think this cover is beautiful. I love the colors on it. It's so pretty. The Mistborn trilogy in these floppy paperback editions. I just happen to love these covers as well. I've already got these, but I wanted these specific editions. Elantris by Brandon Sanderson, Definitive Edition. Floppy, also. Love it. Nevernight by J. Kristoff. The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Also floppy and was on sale for $7. Bands of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson. Also on sale for $7 for the hardback. Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas, I believe it's Ames. And Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Also floppy, also on sale. I'm going to throw this next book into the same category because I don't have a lot of sci-fi, but I have this one, and sci-fi and fantasy are usually grouped together anyway. And that's To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. The next stack of books is going to be all of my young adult books that were used. Now, since I just said that they were going to be used, I'm going to show two together because they go together, one used, one new. Every Heart a Doorway and In an Absent Dream by Shauna Maguire. I found this one and decided that I wanted the first one, so I bought it new. So I have just these two right now. Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. Hardback. The Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson, which I already had, but I found the hardback for really cheap. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallero. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkins. Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. And I love this cover. It's so pretty. Smoke and Bone and Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I've got to get the third. They only had these two. Night of Cake and Puppets by Laini Taylor, which I've heard goes with the other ones. I actually bought the other two because of this one, because I found this one first and didn't realize it went with those. And now I've got to get the third one in that series. Anyway, it's a whole thing. And Oasis by Katia de Becerra. I butchered that. I'm sorry. These names are giving me a hard time. The next stack is young adult that I bought new this year. The most recent one is Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily by Rachel Kahn and David Leviathan. Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray. In the old copy, I like this older copy, and it was $4. Brand new. Sabriel by Garth Nix. This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, V.E. Schwab. I liked these covers, so I bought them together. An Enchantment of Ravens, which I picked up for $5, brand new, so I obviously needed to buy A Sorcery of Thorns also, which wasn't on sale, but I needed them together. Both of them are by Margaret Rogerson. The Kiss of Deception, Book 1, by Mary E. Pearson. Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. And this is actually a signed special edition that I found actually at a used bookstore, but it was brand new, and it is from Fairy Loot, I think, or Illumicrate. It was a special edition that was in a book box. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This book I don't think exactly fits into this category, but I'm putting it into this category because it doesn't really fit anywhere else either. That's The Princess Bride by William Goldman, and this is an illustrated edition, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like an old storybook. It's beautiful. So, my husband got me A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas for Mother's Day, and because he got me this one, I went ahead and I got A Court of Mist and Fury and A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I also found A Court of Frost and Starlight. This one was actually on sale for $6 at a new bookstore, I think maybe Books A Million. And so I ended up getting this whole series because I really wanted the original covers. I know they're redoing the covers this year, and I just really wanted these original ones. And lastly, Caraval and Legendary, both by Stephanie Garber. Okay, this is the last little bit. The next stack is going to be my used middle grade books that I picked up. Green Glass House by Kate Milford. Just Ella by Margaret Peterson Haddix. The Ruby and the Smoke by Philip Pullman. I just really like this cover. I thought it looked really neat, and Philip Pullman's a really great writer. The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. I actually already have 2 copies of this book, but this one was shiny and hardback and pretty, so I got it for cheap. City of Ghosts and Tunnel of Bones. This I actually realized after I got home was signed. I had no idea. I picked this up at a used bookstore and had zero idea that it was actually a signed edition until I opened it to read it. The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chiani. And last in this category, I picked up all 4 of the Aragon series for, I think, $21, I believe, was the total for all 4 in hardback at a used bookstore. These next books are going to be all the new books that I picked up that were middle grade. The Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Belle. The Ichabod by J.K. Rowling. A Pinch of Magic and A Sprinkle of Sorcery, both by Michelle Harrison. I loved these covers. These are the UK covers, so I ordered them together and I absolutely adore them. I almost don't want to read them because I don't want to mess them up, but at the same time I really want to read them, so it's like a catch-22. But they're so pretty. The Magic Misfits, the Minor Third, and the Magic Misfits, the Fourth Suite, not Suite, by Neil Patrick Harris. And these last 2 are actually Newbery Award-winning books that I am hoping to read and maybe do reviews on if people are interested in seeing that. And that's Mercy Suarez Changes Gears by Meg Medina and Hello Universe by Erin Entrada Kelly. I'm so bad at names. Okay, this next stack of books is gifts that I got from friends. So I got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone Scots edition, which is hilarious. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend checking this out. This is from my best friend. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This actually was given to me in a book swap that was on Instagram, and as a result I have made a new friend, and that was a super fun exchange, and I was really glad to get this because I want to read this series. The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This was sent to me by one of my really good friends who lives across the US from me, but we still try to buddy read together, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. And Once a Witch by Carolyn I give up. I give up. This was given to me by my best friend. I believe this was a belated Christmas present because we did not get our Christmas gifts swapped last year until later in this year. It may have also been a birthday present. I can't remember. I get things mixed up. So either way, this was a gift from my best friend. Alright, these are the final 4 books that I want to show you guys, and these are graphic novels. I got New Kid by Jerry Craft. This was a Newbery book that I reviewed. Lock and Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. I bought this one used. The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. I bought this one new. Totally worth it. It's adorable. And the next one is the biggest blunder that I have made all year long. I picked up White Sands by Brandon Sanderson, or White Sand by Brandon Sanderson. This is volume 1, except that it's in French. I thought that I found the first volume in hardback for a really good price because apparently it's not easy to find, and it was a really good price, and it is volume 1, but it's also in French, and my French is very limited, so I can't read this, but I'm going to keep it because it's my goal to one day be able to read this. So the biggest blunder that I did all year was buy a book in French, but hey, that's okay. I'm really glad that I have it one way or another. guys, so this has been all of the books that I've bought through the months of July to December. I have bought way more than I realized. Like, if you could see the stacks of books that are just amassed around me right now, it's honestly ridiculous. And I realized while doing this process that I stink at saying people's names correctly or knowing how to pronounce people's names. So whatever names I butchered, I apologize, but I tried. This has been a lot of fun. What are some books that you hauled this year that you were excited about? I think that I may have hauled too many. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.